Hey friends, welcome to my page DIY Crafts with Dar. Happy Friday! TGIF, guys. We made it. Oh boy, this week went by so fast, and next week I'm going to be so busy. My head's going to spin, I know. This weekend it's full of stuff, just cram packed. Gonna go out to dinner. Yeah, gonna go out to dinner with my granddaughter and her husband and a bunch of the other family. Have a goodbye dinner. Oh, I'm so sad. Anyways, we have a cute project today. I'm really excited about this one. I guess I'm kind of like crossing my fingers and my toes that we get a transfer like this, but I decided, you know what? I'm just going to design it. I used our basic Snoopy Doghouse that we've had for a long time. I used that and I added Christmas lights. I'm hoping that we get a stencil like that next week, but guess what? I'm not waiting. We're just doing it ourselves. There might be one next week. Maybe it has other things with it. Anyways, how is everybody? Happy Friday. Can't wait for you to see this one. It's going to be fun. And I'm doing several projects, so with the same thing. And then I blew it up. I'm going to show you how to use a marker instead of a stencil for all of the details, because I did mark it. I did score it so we can do all that. Let me show you. How is everybody? Go ahead and say hello. I got to share this over to VIP group. I need to share it to the channel and all of that, but I want to turn this around so you have something to look at. Look at how cute. So this one's the larger stander. I have the smaller stander that's the same size as the stencil, so we will use that. We'll have to wash it in between because we won't be able to use it for all of these. We will be stenciling the doghouse and Snoopy. They're separate. I made it dimensional because I thought that would be really cute. We're going to do one that goes onto a sign, and then I have one that's a Christmas ornament. I'm hoping to get a bunch of these made for my craft show because I know they'll sell. So anyways, I'm working on Snoopy stuff. Loving it. How about you? What are you guys doing? Let me get myself over in that corner. There we go. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go in just a little closer. Aren't they so cute? Go ahead and say hello. I'm going to bring up the comments and let me find this. It's probably going to be the same thing. It probably sent it to a reel. Oh no, there I am. It didn't send it to a reel today. Yay. Okay. But I can share it over to my channel and also to VIP group. All right. TGIF. Okay. All right. So, oh, okay. Send. And then share it to VIP group. Also, come on. You can do it. Oh goodness, guys, yesterday I went to my friend's husband's. It's not letting me choose it. Why not? Why is it not? Oh, there we go. To his celebration of life. And it was really it was fun because I learned a lot about him. Things I didn't know, things that I had no idea about him. So that was really, really fun to learn new stuff about someone that you've known forever. And have his friends there. He belonged to a motorcycle club here in San Diego County, and he also he was in the Navy, and so I learned so much. It was nice to go and be able to hear people talk about his life. Just a great man. We lost a good one. Okay, let me check comments here. Hello, guys. Hi, Betty. How are you? Hi, Julie. Hi, Holly. Thanks for sprinkling. Hey, Vicky. How are you? Hi, Bridget. Good morning, Lynn. Hi, Laura. Hi, Pam. Hey, Lori Walsh. Hi, Sherry. Hope you're doing okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you on this one. I'll show you how to just use the marker to do the same kind of designs on there that we're going to use with this stencil. And also, it doesn't go all the way to the bottom, so we're going to We're going to draw that in. But we need to paint these guys first. Okay, so this one has wire. We're gonna put the wire on it after. Let me move that out of the way. And I'm going to move this sign part out of the way. And then we're going to get started painting. We only need one of these and one of these. So we have two standers. We have a small one that is the same size as the doghouse. And then stencil. And then a larger one that I just enlarged. And we'll just paint it. We'll paint all the Snoopy's details in. Okay, so I'm moving the stuff that we don't need right away. I know, isn't it fun? Good morning. Hi, Deborah. It's going to be really cute. So I'm hoping that we get a stencil like this in our Peanuts release. But guess what? I am not waiting. I am designing it myself. So if we get one next week that's like that, then we just get double our pleasure, right? Anyways, let's go ahead and let's put some new tape down. While I'm doing that, you guys tell me what your plans are this weekend. What are you doing this weekend? What's on your agenda? I'm getting everything ready for going on my little trip. I do need to pack. I do have to say my goodbyes to my granddaughter. Yeah, she's leaving soon. I'm so sad. We were going to go up to Warner Brothers studio, but that didn't work out. We'll go when she comes to visit, because she'll come back and visit at some point. Okay, so I'm putting new tape on, because guess what? It wasn't very sticky. So I leave the ones in the center, and then I just put the side ones. Oh, that tape did not. Hopefully the whole roll is not like that. Sometimes a roll gets dropped and then it's really hard to get it rolled off of there. Yeah, if that is the case, I am going to have to go grab another roll. Okay, because we need long pieces. So I just turn the ends under so the sticky part is up. And this is just a board that I had that we used to slide these boards into a baker's rack, and we have the baker rack in between both my daughter-in-laws. When Taylor lived here, Taylor and Tara, they used to paint all day long, because we did, back when we did our Christmas ornaments, when we did our personalized Christmas ornaments, we painted ornaments every single day. So they would use these trays. But hi, Cheryl, how are you? Putting on that new tape. Sorry for the noise. It is just that way. So how's your weather, guys? So we've had really weird weather. Yesterday was calm here, but up in the mountains. Thank you for sprinkling, Sandy. Hi, Janine. Hi, Sandy. I decided we needed new tape because we have lots of smaller pieces. We're doing Snoopy Doghouses with Christmas lights. I just designed my own. So we had a lot of rain up in the mountains where my cabin is, and people got trapped. So they had fires up there in 2023. That mountainside burned. And so, after you've had a burn in an area, it's kind of, it's taken away a lot of the vegetation, the trees, and loosened up some things. So when it started raining yesterday, they had warnings for flash floods. So people were watching for that, but they did not expect the mudslides. They had mudslides. So it's the same road that I go up to my cabin. Glad I wasn't going, because that road is now closed for probably months. And there's people trapped. So there were 2 mudslides that occurred within minutes of each other, a couple of miles away from each other. So people were trapped in the center of those 2 mudslides, and they were still there. Last night when I checked my Facebook, around midnight, I was still seeing posts from people up in that area. It's on the 38, if any of you know about Big Bear and going up the back way. Okay, let's get our stuff on there. Let's get all our stuff on there. All right, we don't need the stencil yet. Hi, Denise, how are you? Good morning, Melissa. So this is what we're doing. We're doing Snoopy Doghouses with Christmas lights. So let's just group everything. Let's just put all of our Christmas lights down at the bottom here. so we can do all of them. So we have, this one's an ornament. We'll put all of our dog houses up there together. We'll just try to group things. That will be easier. Maybe I need to put the bases up at the very top. Okay, so anyways, these people are trapped on the mountain, and I'm hoping that none of them are diabetic or pregnant or anything like that. Wouldn't that just be terrible? Okay, so maybe I should keep the lights close to where they go. Okay, this one goes with this one. We'll just scooch this up. Sorry, I'm moving again. Anyways, they were trying to bring in equipment to get the road opened up enough to get the people out. Kind of sad and scary all at the same time. But just glad I wasn't headed to my cabin this weekend. I would have had to go all the way around. And I've done that before when the fire was there and you couldn't get through because it was still burning. And they were just kind of letting it try to burn itself out. I had to go all the way around. So it adds like an extra hour onto my trip. Yeah, not fun. Okay, so I have a small sander, a large sander, one for a sign, and then a small sander, large sander, one for a sign, and then an ornament. Okay, all right, so here's the large one. I know, I love it. I can't wait to see it all done. Oh my goodness, guys. And it did take me a little bit, the hardest part was getting the Christmas ornament part just spaced just right, because I wanted a lot up there and then just kind of loopy at the bottom. Loopy at the bottom, kind of like me. Loopy. All right. Okay, I think that's gonna work. Let us start painting. Just trying to now it's really sticky. So, okay, so let's just start painting. Oh, we need brown for the top part. Okay, all right. So the reason I'm doing all these is because I want to give you samples of all the different ones. So we have our stander. So that's for the sign. It does flat. No, hello. This one has holds. That's the ornament. This one has the thing at the bottom, the notch. That's the stander. This one's flat at the bottom. That goes on a sign. This one has the thing at the bottom. This is a large stander. No plans for the weekend other than order a birthday cake for your daughter. Oh, she's going to be 17. Nice. What transfer will I use? I'll use this transfer right here. Yep, it fits the Snoopy right there. So that's the transfer that I'll use. And then I'll just paint the little Christmas lights. Yeah. And then this one I'm going to show you how to do it without the stencil. So what we'll do is we'll just copy. I have my Sharpie right here. So we'll do all of the black lines with that. We'll do Snoopy. He has all his details. So he has his color and all that stuff. Let me move this. He has all of his details that we can just do either with the marker or with black paint. So yeah, this one fits that stencil. That's one of the original peanut stencils from the very first release. So we're going to use that one. But like I said, we might be surprised next week. There might be one with Christmas lights on it. Wouldn't that be fun? Wouldn't that be fun? So then we would just have double trouble. we'd have to do it again and do it with whatever's released next week. So we'll say everything on Monday, but I'm not waiting. We're just gonna paint now. Okay, I can move that for now out of the way. Let's do all of our dog houses. They're all red. You bought that transfer and you can't find it. See, and I'm going to show you that you don't have to have that. You can. Hi, Judy Kirk. How are you? All the options could you because you want them all. I know. I want them all too. It's going to look so cute in my booth. Hi, Deb. How are you? Let me see if I missed anybody. All right, just go ahead and say hello if you're just hopping on. We're going to do all of our dog houses. So all these just all need to be red. I grabbed a brand new bottle of Tuscan Red. Judy, wasn't that just the nicest celebration of life yesterday? I just found it. I don't know. Did you get there before everything started, or did you miss out when his daughter was talking about his life, doing the life story? I just thought that it really was. I didn't know all those things about Gordon. I knew that he was in the military. I knew that he was an air traffic controller. I did not know that he was a member of the Mormon Church. I didn't know that. That was kind of interesting. It just really was a nice celebration of life. And I got to talk to my friend for a while. I got there early because I brought the memorial magnets and everybody loved them. I walked up and Gordon's son, who was also Gordon Jr., recognized me. He goes, "Oh, you're the person that loaned me your cart at the craft show," because I let him use my cart at Blenda's craft show so that he could haul all of her boxes at one time because my cart's large. And he had a small cart that Lynette had. And he's like, "I remember you." And I handed him a bunch of them and he just started handing them out to everybody. And it was just so nice. It was just really nice. But I got to talk to Lynette, Gordon's husband, Gordon's wife, sorry, Gordon's wife, for a while before everybody got there, because I got there early before most people were even there. So anyways, it was just so beautiful. It just, it's such a sad thing, and it's just really hard to go to things like that. But I am so glad that I made the time and was there for my friend. It's important for us to do those things. I did have to leave early. I had an appointment, but I got to listen to the majority of everything. So, okay, putting a second coat up here on the base. I just used milk chocolate. Pam says, "Went to your OBGYN and gifted her a mouse pad." Oh my gosh, that's fun. You didn't know she loves peanuts. She has comments from the early. Oh, that's so awesome. I love that. See, and now we'll have to see if there is one that's a Christmas one that can go onto the mouse pad. I bet there's gonna be. I bet there will be. There's I believe from what I was told, there's going to be 10 peanuts transfers coming. So we'll know on Monday what they are. So we should get our sneak peek in the afternoon. I actually haven't seen the link and everything. I'll have to look for it. I probably just haven't looked. It's been a busy week for me. I'm getting everything, all my ducks in a row around here. Because as soon as I get back, it's going to be boom, boom, boom. My craft show that I'm in charge of will be heading my way. So I really got to have all my ducks in a row before I go, so I'm not stressed. Yeah, and I'm not gone that long, but I am gone like 2 full days because I actually a little bit longer. I get home in the evening on Friday next week. So I leave next Wednesday. I'm gone. I leave in the morning, head to the airport about 8:30ish, and fly out by 11. And then I am back on Friday at night. So two full days, 2.5 days. So it was lovely. He's a very interesting guy. Was there about 5 minutes? Okay. Oh, yes. Okay, so that's when I left, but I'm sure that there was more after that was really interesting. I thought that was nice because she really wasn't mentioned. I don't know what the situation is there. I thought that was really nice. One of Gordon's friends got up and was talking about all the places that they went together. His wife's best friend was Lynette. So when Gordon's first wife passed away, after a while, he introduced Lynette to Gordon, and they went out and they double dated. And so these two couples went on many, many, many trips. Went on cruises and did a lot of trips. I think they did the European trips together. Just, you know, just the nicest thing. Gosh, guys, it just is interesting to hear about all these things that they did. I was talking to my husband about it last night, and just, you know, things would just pop in my mind. Oh, this. Well, my husband was in the military, so they had that in common. I just thought it was so interesting. He was an air traffic controller in the Navy. Way back when. Way back when. Okay, I am using slate gray. I'm just doing the whole string. And then I'll go in and I'll use a little stylus, and I will paint each colored light. We'll just kind of randomly go back and forth. I have orange and yellow and green and blue picked out for the lights. I'm not going to do red because the red against the red doghouse won't look as good. We're going to get second coats on everything. This is going to be so cute. Hi, Carol. How are you? Let me see. Cheryl says, getting your stuff ready for your farm stand. How fun. And you leave for Mexico on Monday. Oh my goodness. That's right. That's right. Now, are you flying down there? Or are you going on a cruise, Cheryl? I don't remember what you said. I just remember you saying you would be gone because you'll be gone for the launch, but I got you covered. Don't you worry. I will be getting some extra of the Peanuts collection. That's one of them. See, with the Peanuts collection, you can never discount it. So if you're a designer or a Perks member, then you get the discount. But I can't ever sell the transfers. Like if I have a transfer sale, the Peanuts collection can never go in there. I can't sell it at a discount ever. That's an agreement that we made with Peanuts. So for me, I can buy it. It's going to retain the value. Talking Tour isn't going to put it on sale, and then I've paid X amount of dollars, and then it's devalued, and I have to sell it for a loss. So I will invest in. Does that make sense? I think of things like that's a business. It's a business transaction basically. I'll buy some inventory of Peanuts. I do have some of I probably have some of these left. If someone needs one still, you can let me know. I can always add it to your order. I can't put the stencils on my website, but if you have an order already, I can add it as a line item, and you can pay for it and have it shipped with your cutouts. Okay, so we can't post the stencils on any websites ever. Like some people, you know, you might see things on Etsy, but that's because that person is no longer a designer. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to put second coats. I want second coats on here and second coats on Snoopy, and then we're going to start doing the Christmas lights. There's a lot of those Christmas lights to do. So we may be doing the same drill next week if we get a stencil. Actually, I won't get my transfers that quickly. Oh, I should ask them to bring my order. I'll place my order on Tuesday. I should say, can you just pull my order and bring it to me to the Diva trip? I'm going to do that. I'm going to ask them if they can do that. That way I don't have to wait for it to come through the mail. I bet they would do that. I'm going to ask because why not? Why not? I usually do overnight shipping, but hey, that would be overnight hand delivery, right? So cannot wait to share with you the secret location where we are going. I keep there's two people that know because they need to. Like there's a couple of people that know because they need to know those things. They need to know where I'm at. But that's it. I haven't shared with anyone else. It's a secret, so don't say the word. If you know, there's only a couple of people. My sister knows, just because I have to tell my sister everything. You fly out at 6:40 a.m. and you're going on the Alaska cruise, but it changed. Oh, okay. You were going on. Okay, it changed to Mexico. Oh, that's interesting. Well, you're going to have such a fun time. I'm excited that you get to go. That's awesome. That is awesome. I love that. Okay, more white, more white. Snoopy. I might have to put another coat of white. We'll see. We'll see how it looks after it dries. We'll get all of the little lights done. We'll use a stylus for that. Oh my goodness. So much. Yeah, I'm thinking of all the classic Charlie Brown things. I'm hoping that we get one with the little Christmas tree. Wouldn't that be so fun? His little tree that has like a sprig of a tree. I actually found one on Amazon that's the tree. Okay, I'm gonna grab a whole new one of the palette dishes because I need to have 4 spaces for colors. So I need that, and I need my stylus because I'm gonna use my stylus. Where are you? I need the one with the big end. Off to check the silly service. So oh gosh. Have fun, Judy. Have fun. Okay, let's see. What should I do? I should do blue, yellow, orange, green. Okay, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do a pattern. Okay, so I got to do my blue. I'll do all my blue first. And I just grab, I think these are cute together. I just kind of looked at it like this. Those are cute Christmas light colors. Calypso blue. Hauser light green, Depot gray. Is there any in there still? I hope so. And my Canyon orange. And you could use pumpkin, whatever colors you want. Okay, so this is all I'm going to do. I am just going to use my stylus. Let's do all the top row and then the bottom row because guess what? I'll stick my hand in it. So we need to do like every 4th one. Okay. And then we'll do the same thing here. So just kind of a repeating pattern all the way across with our colors. And then I'll do the bottom row because being left-handed, I don't know, maybe you right-handers drag your hand in also, but I've got my hand resting on these bottom ones, so I don't want to do that. I can't wait to have this done. Oh my gosh, guys. It's going to be so cute. So stinking cute. Now I want to make a great big huge one. For my front porch. Wouldn't it be fun to have one sitting on your front porch? I would love to have the ability to cut out great big things for yard decorations, but I really don't. I don't have the equipment. We do have a saw, but it's like, oh my gosh, then I have to store it all. But wouldn't it be so cute to do one for the front yard? We have a place close to us. It's called Starlight Circle, and at Christmas time, everybody does their yards, and there is one that has peanuts, and it's so cute. They work on things year round. Hi, Karen Ross. How are you? Guys, make sure you're commenting. Make sure you're saying things so that you can get in on the drawings. Make sure you have sprinkled. We are doing lots of giveaways this week. And like I said, you're going to laugh when you see my little Happy Mail stickers that are the size of a postage stamp. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's do yellow next. I'm hoping there's enough yellow in here. I'll grab another one. I'm like shaking it so hard. There's got to be a little bit left, right? Come on. I know there's some in there. Okay, that should be enough. So blue, yellow, orange, green. Okay, so yellow next. So I'm just doing a pattern. Okay, so this would be yellow up here, and it's also yellow right here. And I'm just dipping this in the stylus. This is a stylus. It has a little metal end. I'm just dipping it into my paint, snatching up some paint, and then painting with it. Painting that on. Just like a little puddle of paint on there. And then those will be on each of the dog houses. So we have an ornament, we have a stander, and we have a large stander, and we have one for a sign. So we have 4 projects here. Oops, I almost dipped it in the blue. I do think that Snoopy might need another coat. He's not, the white always, always, always needs 3 coats, and I just have to be patient. I also have a little oopsie on my light. I'm going to fix that right now. Let me just dip the other end into the slate gray and fix that. I dripped some blue. So thank you, Betty. Thanks for sprinkling, Bridget. I appreciate it. Okay. Yeah, we're trying to give out more and more Happy Mail because, hey, doesn't everybody want Happy Mail? I love Happy Mail. It's kind of fun to just get something in the mail, right? That's what Happy Mail is. If you're wondering what Happy Mail is, it's when you get something unexpected in the mail or when something is added to your order. I've had some people go, I got something extra. I need to send it back to you. Nope, that's your Happy Mail. That is your Happy Mail. If you ever get an order and you're missing something, just let us know. We can always put it in the next order or we can send it out by itself. It happens. It can easily happen because 1, a phone call came in. 2, we're human. 3, sometimes packages break open and pieces get detached. Sometimes it can happen. I will never claim to be perfect and never have mistakes because guess what? It does happen. It does happen. So anyways, I have lots of fun projects next week. I cannot wait to show you. I'm so excited. Okay, next color is going to be orange, and then we're going to do green. I know. Yeah, Happy Mail makes you happy. Yay, me too. I've received Happy Mail before. Once upon a time. It's so funny because don't get much of anything lately. Hi, Roxanne. How are you? Hi, Laura. Oh, I already said hi to Laura. Sorry. I'd say hi again. Say hi again. Yeah, you know, once upon a time, I might have been spoiled by an upline. It's funny. It's funny how everything has shook out with Takatori. You know, I'm gonna say that I'm probably not the best team leader that there is out there, but most of my people just are in it for the discount. It's not like they're not in it for the business. I honestly right now I have no one on my team that really is striving to make it into a business, and I'm okay with that. I honestly just love being able to be there for them, and if they have questions, I don't like the pressure that some people put on themselves or on other people that you know, they don't do this, they don't do that. I just want to be there for my people when they have questions and not require them to do things. You know, I've been in situations where an upline constantly had contests and you're always feeling like you're having to do something or you're not good enough. You know, I don't want to ever be that way. I just love being there and having my team, they're my friends. They're my friends. Most of them watch here. Some of you guys are on my team. Okay, now I need green. All right, so can you guys even see? Should I go in a little bit closer? Maybe, there we go. Okay, now you can't see the top of that, but that's okay. The only thing up there is the bases. Okay, let's get some green. All right, and then we'll do the bottom. I just didn't want to drag my hand through it because that's the way it goes. And let's start with a different color at the bottom. Which color should I start with at the bottom? Should I start with orange? I don't want to start with blue at the bottom. You guys tell me, which color should I start the bottom row with? Because this end and that end will be that same color. I want it to be a good contrast against the red. Should I start with the yellow? Because those ends will be, well, you'll be looking at both ends. You'll be looking at all of them. They're all going to be cute. And I did not do red lights because of the red dog house. Normally, any Christmas lights I would do red on it, but I purposely did not do red because of the dog house. So that is why you stick with only you. Hate being pressured. Yeah, I never pressure people into buying stuff. I don't ever want to do that. Um, oh yeah, light to the world. Yes, yes. Um, yes, exactly. Um, oh gosh, yeah, that's funny. That's funny. I've been in that situation too where I've won things I never ended up getting it. I always try, if I haven't sent it, then I try really hard to make sure I get things out right away. I do slip up sometimes. Yellow or orange. Yeah, I'm thinking orange. I'm thinking orange. Thank you. No pressure. Yeah, I don't put pressure on anybody. I don't put pressure on you guys to buy either because guess what? I know how it is, and money is not as plentiful for me as it once was. So I know that everybody might be in that same situation. Isn't it funny how it can turn like that? We watch what we spend. We really do. I spend less and less on groceries because groceries are so expensive. So I'm like, I don't need this and I don't need that. I don't need all the snacks. I just have my basics that I need. Things around the house, I try to make sure all my lights are turned out when I'm not using them. I try not to fall asleep with the laser still just on. It's not that it's running, but it's using electricity because of the fans. I try not to do that. I try not to use too much water. I make sure that I fold my laundry when it's done instead of running it through the dryer 4 times because I didn't do it the first time. Who does that? Who ends up running their dryer a couple of times because they didn't get the clothes out the first time? I'm guilty of that, but I'm trying really hard not to waste electricity. Okay, so we got to do the same pattern. So green's next. So green is next, and then blue, and then yellow. So this is really easy to paint these on. So it is pretty thick. So when we dry, we're going to be going back and forth, but we're not going to be inking these. These are just going to go directly on. So we don't have to worry about inking. No, I watch some people and they're like, go grab this, go grab that. Here's the link for this. Here's the link for that. If you want, I will give you the link for these, but I'm not going to say, go grab them. You have to have them. And you will always get a discount now in the VIP group. So VIP group is where the discount code is. So you will get it's a 25% discount. So you always want to make sure that you have gone to the VIP group if you haven't done that yet and grab that discount code to use when you're checking out. That's a permanent thing for you guys now because you are my people. And there's many people that just they see this, they don't watch, they don't listen. They're just seeing the product and they grab it and they don't use the discount code because they don't know. But you guys know. Okay, now yellow. Yellow is my last one. Do you know if there will be a stencil for this project? There is a stencil right here. Yes, so there's this stencil right here from that we're going to be using. So yes, that stencil. And I probably have some extras if you need it. That's from from the very first Peanuts collection. But we might be getting a whole new one with Christmas lights next week. I just decided to create the Christmas lights on my own. So we don't know what's going to come out in the release next week. We could be surprised and go, oh, here's one that's already created for us. So we might be getting one next week. Who knows? We have to wait and see. But I wasn't going to wait because I need to get these going for my craft shows. Okay, all right. Have a great time, Cheryl. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you. Okay, all right, so this one's larger. I'm going to show you how to use a marker and do the same effect, basically. So, yep, so that's the one we're going to use for these, and that we're going to just use a marker, and just basically we're going to do a copycat. Okay, I'm looking at my Snoopy. I do need to do another coat of white. Do you think I can do it while I'm drying? Maybe. Am I coordinated enough to switch hands and do that at the same time and just keep going like this? Can I do it? One hand going back and forth and one hand painting? Maybe. Maybe. Who knows? Okay. Let me just get those. It takes a little bit to dry because it's pretty thick. They are pretty thick. But we'll be doing the stencils on the Snoopy and the Doghouse. So we will make sure that we get these all the way dry. Okay, let me try to do some more. Yeah, those are just drying because they're pretty thick. This would be cute to put the UV resin on to make it shine. It would be super cute to put it over the top of these. Make it glossy just on the light parts. Like, I guess you would have to use like a dropper or something. Oh, they're starting to bubble up. Let's move it. I'm gonna have to flatten them back out. All right. Let me just finish this. Okay. All right, there we go. I think we're good. Let me move this. It's dry. I'm gonna press those back down. It kind of bubbled up. All right. So we'll be putting all of our details on our Snoopy and our Doghouse with our stencil, but the great big one, we're going to use a marker and just simulate it. All right. It has to be 100% dry before we use the stencil on it, so I'm just making sure. We will be washing the stencil in between. I think we can do 2, and then we'll have to wash it. Okay, I think we're good. Sorry, this goes on forever. It's like so loud. I know. Okay, I think we can. It's like bubbled up right there. I'm trying to break that bubble. Or dry it out. One or the other. Okay. I think we're good. I think we're good. Okay, let's do this. What we're going to do, we're going to slide this whole board up. We'll take off the bases. We'll get the bases glued because that needs to be done first. And then we're going to just scooch this up. And those can continue to dry. I have a little oopsie there. I don't think you're going to see it, but I will touch it up really quick. Let's grab these pieces off. Okay, we're going to need these first. And my Snoopy's not all the way dry. Let me just dry it. Kind of like rubbing your tummy and patting your head. Exactly. Oh, you're moving finally. So excited. Grand's so excited. Nice, Deborah. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. I'm so excited for you. So excited you're going to have a craft room. It makes a huge difference to have a place. Once upon a time, I only had like the corner of the kitchen. That was never fun when my kids were little, because they had to have their toy room. Okay, I'm going to ink the edges of this. We'll glue these together and set these to the side so that we have our bases drying. I do need to plug in my glue gun. I'll need that. So I hope you guys are all doing good. It is Friday. Woohoo, we made it. Made it to Friday again. Another week down. Oh my goodness. Another week down. All right. Okay, where's my bases at? Here they are. Covering all my bases right here. Okay, gonna grab my glue. Let me go in so that you can see everything. Okay, so I'm just gonna glue these and set these to the side so that they can be drying. Holy cow. All right. So my granddaughter broke her finger a week ago in PE class. My granddaughter Kaylin that does cheerleading. She's a cheerleader and she's a flyer. So no flying for a while. But yeah, she broke her finger and it actually broke off part of the bone in there. So she's had her hand in a splint for a few days. think it's been a week now, actually. Okay, let me grab my chalk paste. We're gonna do this. Let's do Snoopy first. Let's see if we can get 2 Snoopies done. We might be washing this a couple of times. I'm just gonna tuck him in there, and hopefully he fits perfectly. His nose is a little off. I think what I did was I made it a little bit larger. Okay, so yeah, his nose is off. What I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to stop, and then we'll do that part with the marker. Okay, so just know that I made it a little bit taller is what I did. Yeah, so maybe I can tweak that in for yours so that it's perfect. I could probably do that. I just need to make the Snoopy parts shorter. But for me, what's done is done. So I'm just gonna line up the feet. I'm trying to get it lined up. The feet and all that. Trying to get all that lined up. Yeah, it's kind of off. But I think it's because I wanted to make it just a little bit taller, but the nose is off the end. That's okay, because we can use a marker. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna stop about right in here. Yeah, my granddaughter. So she can't do her gymnastics at her game. She actually had a game last Friday. So it's been over a week now that this happened to her. She had broke her elbow last year. Okay, I'm going to stop right there, and we'll just use our marker for the rest of that. Okay, does that make sense? Because we can't go all the way to the top with the nose part. Okay, but we got everything else on there. So you could even do this without having the stencil. Okay, so I made it that way on purpose so that you could do it without having the stencil at all. Why does this one fit? That's weird. That's weird that this one actually fits. Oops, I'm getting stuff all over. I am going to have to wash it in between each one because I can't line it up. And I need to grab a Clorox wipe. See? I'm messy. Okay, let me grab a Clorox wipe and get that cleaned off. And then I'm going to be washing my stencil. Maybe we can do the doghouse part. Let's do that. Let's do the doghouse part really quick, and then we'll wash it. Oh, you have a great granddaughter, Kaylin. Oh, nice. It's a good name, isn't it? Okay, let me just do this. Let's get one of the doghouses done all the way. And then we're just going to wash it in between each one, because guess what? I don't want to mess all these up. Okay, so I will try to get the Snoopy fixed so that it fits perfectly on there for you. I think it's just because I stretched it, I made it taller. Yeah, I did. It happens sometimes. That's also why I like to try it out. Okay, so this is taller, so it doesn't go all the way to the bottom. We're going to be using a marker to do the bottom of that. We're going to be using a marker to do the bottom of that. We're just going to set them to the side, and then we're going to go back, and we will be fixing all of the things that we need to do with the marker. Okay, so this is kind of it's a creation, and it's not perfect. Okay, sorry. I'm trying. You saw a new post about Perks membership. There's a bit of wording in a Dr. Seuss. Yes. Like, I know they like to tease sometimes. Could we have Dr. Seuss in the future? Oh, it's possible. It's possible, but I don't think it's coming anytime soon. But we have asked for Dr. Seuss, but as far as I know, it's not coming anytime soon, but I think they're just using it as a little teaser thing, like you said. But yeah, that's Dr. Seuss is one of the things that we have asked for. I do know they have some licensing in the works with different places. I'm not at liberty to say what they are, but there's some really fun things coming next year. There are. I just can't talk about it. just know that 2026 is going to be a fantastic year for Chakator for us. Okay. All right. So let me get this lined up again. So just remember that it's not going to go all the way to the top. So just go that far, and then we're going to use a marker to do the rest of it. So I'll try to get yours fixed, but you don't have to have it fixed. A marker will do just the same as this. You could do all of those lines with a marker. That's what we're going to do on the large one, because I don't have a large Snoopy transfer that fits that. Okay, there's that. So we're just going to be putting them up there. Let's do the next doghouse, and then we'll wash this again. It's just a process, and it's so easy to wash, guys. Use water and a Clorox wipe, and boom, you're done. You are done. Okay. You won't tell. I would be in so much trouble. Yeah. So when we're on a committee like that, we actually basically sign our life away that we're not gonna reveal any company secrets. So just know there's good things coming, and there's people watching out for us, like me and a couple other people that really know what we're doing. Quite a few other people that know what they're doing, that have put in suggestions and given feedback on things that they would like to see, that they know that customers would like. Yeah, there's a lot of great stuff coming. Oh, and don't forget that Debbie Westbrook's collection will be coming soon. Coming soon to a Facebook page near you. Yeah, lots of things in the works. So they do not sit idle at all. They're always looking for the next big thing. They're always looking for the next trend. Always following all of that. Yeah. Good morning, Lucia. Happy Friday. Hope you are doing good. We're doing Snoopy Doghouses with Christmas lights that I just created. I used our Snoopy transfer, and I just kind of modified it a little bit. Okay, that's dry. All right. Yeah, the Snoopy, the muzzle part is taller than it should be on this. So I'll try to get that fixed before I cut a bazillion of them. I will give you the link in a minute for this project, though, so that you can, if you want to grab the kit, you can. And then make sure that you're using your VIP 25 to get your 25% discount. That's your coupon code. I'm not going to put it on this page, though, so it's in the VIP page. Make sure you're using that code, because sometimes you guys don't. Okay, so I'm just stopping right there. And then we'll be fixing all the top parts of those with a marker. And we're going to be doing the other one completely with a marker because we don't have a stencil that big. All right, lining that up. You ready to do my last doghouse? Snoopy's in the doghouse. Anybody else in the doghouse? Do you guys remember the cute little houses? Years ago, people would sell them at the craft shows, and they would have a house, and they would have little people that you put on the house, and it's like, who's in the doghouse? And I would sit there and I would write all the family names down for them. It was so cute. The little project that we had. All right, perfect. Now, it's a little bit off. Oh, well, nothing I can do about that now. I will just fix that with my marker. So let me grab a Clorox wipe for my hands, because I got stuff on them. I know, so cute. All right, so let me dry this. I'm going to give you the link. We're going to dry all these, and we're going to fix anything that we need to fix with the marker. And we're going to do the big Snoopy. Okay? So don't stress. Don't worry. It's all under control. It is. Kind of, sort of. It's like my life. My life is not under control. Hello. But it is Friday, so we made it another week. I'm always happy to make it another week. let me give you the link for this. So you can order at any point. You don't have to order now. These are going to be there forever. Okay, so I don't pressure people. We don't do things, when we do our cutouts, it's not for a limited time. It's basically, we're still cutting things from 2 years ago that are in there. We might retire a few things eventually, but I haven't done it yet. I should go in and take a few things out. There's a lot of stuff on our website. Sometimes we go, oh my gosh, these are from 3 years ago, and people are still ordering, like when we first opened the website. Okay, so I'm gonna take my marker, and I'm just going to simulate. I got a brand new marker. I'm just gonna simulate the black part on here. Ooh, this marker is, maybe it's not brand new. Maybe I grabbed the wrong one. Maybe this is the brand new one. Oh yeah, okay, that one's better. Okay, and then I'll just do the line at the bottom, and then I'll do a line right there. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Sorry, for each one. Okay, and we're gonna do Snoopy's nose. So I'm just going to follow this with the marker, and no one's going to really be able to tell that, hey, that is marker on there. No, because it looks like it's going to be chalk paste. They're not going to know. I'm going to go all the way up with my marker. The marker is going to look the same. I'm not going to fill the nose in completely. There's like a little bit of a white highlight in there. Okay, so there's one. There's one. And then, so we'll glue all the little ones together, and then we'll do the great big one. The great big one will take more work to do. Okay, so I'm just using my marker to follow around there because I didn't do it the right size. That's okay, guys. You know what? Don't sweat the small stuff. And in life, it's all small stuff. There's very few things in life that we need to really be worried about, honestly. I just had a scammer send me stuff yesterday about my son. It's like I started to worry, and they're like, oh, there's a lawsuit, blah blah blah, and it wasn't real. It was a scammer. They wanted money. I found out that it's a new scam, so don't fall for anything like that. If you get something and it's about your son or a grandchild, and they say, oh, so-and-so is going to file this lawsuit, and it's just a civil suit. It's not a big deal. It's not, but if you pay this amount, then we won't file it. Don't do it. It's a scam. Okay, there's number 2. Okay, so getting number 3. Aren't they so cute? Thank you for sprinkling. Hi, Lisa. How are you? We're doing Snoopy Doghouses with Christmas lights. So all I'm doing is I'm going down to where the line would have been if the stencil was that long, but the stencil is not that long. So we're just doing our own thing. It's random. Each one's going to be a little different. So it's okay. It doesn't have to be the same. That is the great thing about handmade, is that they are all different. We like handmade to be different. My customers will sit there and look at faces and go, oh, I like this one better, or I like that one better. I'm like, they're all the same. They're not. And after all these years, it's like, you're right. They're not the same. They're all a little different. They all kind of have a different smile. They all have a different this or that. But, okay, so there's that one. All right, so let's glue all these together, and then we'll do this. But we can take all of our Christmas lights off and just kind of set them where they go. So Christmas lights are going to go on here and here, so they go up at the top. But I'm just kind of setting them on each one so I can move my board out of the way. Yippers! So like I said, this is just kind of a creation. This one I just enlarged. Okay, so I just enlarged the pattern. There was no stencil to go with it, so everything on it is all going to be done by hand. So let's move our board so that we have more space here. Sorry. And then okay, so our bases are glued together. We're good to go on that. We're just going to start gluing each of those together so they can be sitting there drying. I know, I can't wait too. So there might be a stencil just like this next week. We don't know. We won't know until Monday, but I couldn't wait. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it. Just gonna do it. Okay, let me get the end of this. Did you know you can cut off your little sponges, and then you have another clean end so you can use it with the glue? I need this for the lights. Okay, so we're just gonna get our Snoopy all lined up. This one on this end is an ornament. So it has the holes on it. That one's an ornament. Gonna line him up. And then these are gonna go, this one hangs off the edge right here like that. And then this part is gonna go up here so that basically it's touching his hand. It's kind of centered, but it's touching his hand. Okay, does that make sense? I'm trying to get him on the right. So like that. So I'm gonna put some glue on the back of that. It doesn't have to be on the whole thing, okay? You do not have to have glue on every little light bulb. Okay, then try to put it right back up where it was. I'm gonna put it in place and then drop it down, okay? Just like that. All right, and then this, I need glue at the top and then here. So I don't need glue out on the orange part. All right, so glue on this center part, and then glue up at the top of each of those, okay? And that just hangs off the bottom like that, okay? Don't worry, that the glue dries clear. You can't see it, so don't stress over that. Okay, I'm gonna move this up here so I can start sliding things this way because I'm gonna need a work area for that. I love it. So if you find, do you know where your Christmas tree emoji is? Or something Christmassy? A Santa Claus one? Give me a Santa Claus or a Christmas tree emoji. They're in with the trees. So the Christmas trees are just in the section where there's plants and trees. Give me one of those to get in on the drawing for Happy Mail. So someone's going to be getting Peanuts Happy Mail. You definitely want to get in on that. So find your Christmas tree emoji in there. And what I do, I don't do it like right away. So I know that people watch the replay. Do you know that I looked at some of my stuff and I have like 1,200 views? It's pretty crazy. So there might only be 20 of you on right now, but I end up with, you know, over 1,000 views of this. And a lot of it is because I go on early in the morning. So right now it is 7:53 my time in California. It's still pretty early for people. Okay, let me move that one up. That's the stander, has the notch at the bottom. This has a hole, so that's an ornament. This one's going on a sign, and I have my sign. Here's the wire for the ornament. Here's our little sign. We'll go ahead and we'll even glue that on there. I'm going to ink the edges, though. Thank you. Christmas tree. Thank you, guys. So I'll go back. I'll give it a couple of days, and I'll go back and I'll find who has been sharing and talking and participating, and everybody that does that is going into the drawing. So, okay, so this is a Chalkator surface. We use the Chalkator stencil, but I'm going to show you, you don't have to. You can use a marker on these if you don't have the stencil and you don't want to invest in them. You can do it without it. Okay, so one of the few projects that you can actually do without the stencil. Most of them you have to have it or it just doesn't turn out. Okay, that's going to go right in there like that. Okay. Guys, funny thing yesterday, I came home from the celebration of life. And I worked a little bit and I was a little bit tired. So I went and took my nap because I've been telling you guys, I've been taking an afternoon nap because my body's needed it. I shut my alarm off. Usually I get up like 15 minutes before my husband gets home. He gets home at 3. And so I would make sure I'm back up. Not that he doesn't care if I take a nap, but I just always feel weird if I'm sleeping when he comes home in the afternoon. I shut my timer off. And I had actually gone into my bedroom. A lot of times I'll sleep on the couch with the dogs. I went into my bedroom and I was sleeping in there. I woke up and it was 3:30. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I go out there. I'm like, oh, if you're looking for me, I'm just in here taking a nap in the bedroom. And he goes, I thought you've been in the bathroom this whole time. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness. I would have really had a bathroom issue being in there for 30 minutes. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's do this. We're going to do all of our lines that we need to do with our Snoopy. So all I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to look at that. You could use a paintbrush, but guess what? It's scored. So I can see exactly where this needs to be, and I can just use my marker. Okay. If you have other markers, hang on a second, allergies. If you have acrylic markers that you want to, that you use, go ahead and use those. I'm just going to try to do this in one long swoop around here like that. Okay. And then the eye is just like that. Okay. Let me do this side of the, so basically, instead of having a stencil for this great big one, I put score marks in there so that you can see where everything is. And we're going to create just like we had a stencil, basically, but it's with the marker. Okay, there's a little bit of a highlight in there. Okay. All right, and then on the ear, it's kind of like random. It's outlined. Okay. And then there's kind of like random, like it's the hair. So it's not completely filled in. Just kind of like that. Okay. All right. So you can follow the score mark. Even though it's painted, you can still see exactly where the score mark is. Score mark is just a line on the wood. Okay. So just gonna turn it the way that I need it to be. Get his big belly. Snoopy, you got a big belly. There we go. And then I just keep looking back and forth at my one that had the stencil. Okay. And you're going to be amazed that it looks just like it. And then we'll do the doghouse next. Okay, so there I have my Snoopy. It looks just like that, almost identical. Okay. Can you send you the link again? You can't go back. Yes. Let me see if I can just drop it there. Paste. There we go. Okay. There's the link. That is the direct link for this. So it's just in the peanut section. So if you need to go and find it. Okay. So now I'm just going to do my outline. The lines are like a little squiggle. They're not completely straight. They're just kind of shaky, squiggly. So I'm going to do the outline first. There are lines on here to follow. You can follow the lines. You can do your own thing. I did straight lines, but what I'm doing, I'm just doing a squiggle. We used to do Peanuts ornaments years ago. We used to do many moons ago. We did so many Snoopy ones. And personalize them for people. Many moons ago, we did that. We had all kinds of ornaments, all of the princesses. I still have all of my patterns. Still have all of my laser patterns for all of the princesses, but we kind of decided we weren't going to sell them. Okay, I have to go back and look. I think there's an extra line in there somewhere. Okay, it's easy for me to pull towards myself. I just turn my project so that I'm going towards myself. I'll stand up and I'm gonna look and see, okay, there's the doghouse. There's like a little bit of extra like right in here. Like that's the overhang and you go over it twice. Okay, all right, how's that? How's that for not having a stencil? It worked. Hey, Tara. Yeah, you just order it from that link. So the link, yeah, just click on the link and that's my website. You can just order it. You don't have to have the stencil. You can do it just like that. All right, so we're going to glue this together. This is a stander. This is the ornament. This is a stander. This is a sign. I already glued that one together. Okay. Ah! Isn't it so cute? You can do these. I think this would be really cute to go back and put the UV resin on it. I kind of feel like you would want to have this off, do the UV resin before you put it onto your project though. Like just a little drop. Wouldn't it be so cute to do that? Or sparkles. Ooh, sparkles on top of it would be really cute. Like the sparkle glue, that would be cute. Okay, that's just going to go right there. And then this one is big enough that I can actually put the glue on the back. Some pieces, like the other lights, were small, so I had to use the sponge. And yeah, so you can order any of these. There's 4 different choices. And shipping will be combined. And just know that a lot of times it charges you extra on shipping. When we weigh it and we do the shipping label, we refund you any extra. So I did have some people that were new, and last time they're like, how come I got a refund? It wasn't because something was wasn't available. It was because your shipping was less than what you paid. So pretty much you're going to have like a minimum payment of $14 for shipping. That's like a base charge. And then if it's $8, then we're going to refund you that. And we might refund you the difference minus $1 to pay for it. We buy a lot of our boxes and of course our tape. So a lot of times there'll be like $1 in there that is for the supplies. Okay, we're going to set that to the side so it can dry for a minute. Let's finish this part up. Let's do the wire. Okay, so you're going to get wire with this one. So welcome. Glad you're here. Okay, so the wire is pretty easy. Let me show you the way that I do it. So this is 19 gauge. If you guys are doing your own wire for other ornaments, this is 19 gauge, but hello, it's actually thinner than that. I can tell it's not 19 gauge. They kind of cheated me. It's probably more like 20 gauge because the higher that you get, the smaller the wire is. Okay, so it's going to go, you're going to make it like this. So you're going to unwind it and make it look like a U because it's going to go in there and it's going to hang. Okay, so you're going to put it from the back. And here it's going to have holes on it already. So the ornament one, you're going to feed that through. So feed that through, and then you're going to press this up and have it. So you got it going through, okay? And then press this up so you have a nice loop. That's how this is going to hang on the Christmas tree, okay? And then each side you are going to bend it so that you can. So that you can twist it. Okay, so I usually use little pliers and I will get it twisted tight. I'll go back in and I'll use needle nose pliers, but you just wind that around. You always want your wire to end at the back side. That way it doesn't catch someone's finger. Okay, so just wind it around. So for these, it didn't make sense to just put a hole and put ribbon or a piece of jute. It didn't work with this. If you want to put jute and put, your own, you can do that, but the wire works really good. And then we're going to cut that. So you're going to cut down close to where that is without cutting the wire loop. I've done that before. And there you go. So there's your ornament. So that's going to hang, it's going to hang like that on the Christmas tree. So you got your little wire right there. Okay. So that's how you do the wire. Can't decide which one. I know. Well, you can get more later. They'll always be there. Okay, wires going in the trash. Okay, so this is a stander. It's going in the little stand. We glued that together. I did ink the edges on this. I'm not going to ink any edges on that. I want it to be nice and crisp. Okay, let's try it out. Make sure it goes in. Make sure we don't have to sand it at all. Oops, guess what? I hit the edge of that. Let me fix that. Let me glue that back on. Don't do what I just did. I actually broke that off of there. It's okay. It's okay. Be careful when you're doing things, because guess what? You are stronger than you think. Okay, gluing that back on. Okay, so put a little bit of glue on here. This is this base. This one's also a stander. Put a tiny bit of glue there. I am going to grab a Q-tip because some of that glue is probably going to come out. Okay, so they're going to go in the stands. This one's going to go in the stand. Carefully put it in your stand. I always kind of dry fit it to make sure that it's going to work in there. Okay, and then take your Q-tip and clean up any of that excess glue. We're going to hot glue on the back. We'll run a bead of hot glue on the back. Okay, that way it's not coming off. Okay, take your other stand. This is the large one. So, yeah. Oh, somebody just bought. I didn't have my thing off. Let me turn that off. That was someone just purchased. Okay, so this is going to go in here. Okay, and that's so funny. And then I'm going to get that glue off. Okay, so I just use those little pointy Q-tips to do that. It just kind of gets it cleaned up. And then I'm going to take my hot glue gun. I'm going to run a bead of glue along the back so that it doesn't come off. I don't want these detaching because I'm going to take them to a craft show. And I do not want the back part to, or the base to come apart from the top. Okay, so I run a bead of glue along there. Okay, just like that. And I'll just leave those standing. I don't really use hot glue on anything else except for a bow. Okay, there's that. There we go. Okay, let me put you up to myself. We are done. We have our sign. We have our ornament. We have our two. Let me just lean that. See if it'll... If I get my paint, it'll lean. There we go. Okay. You did. It was you. It was you, Pam. I was like, somebody just purchased. Okay, there we go, guys. What do you think? So that's the small, that's the large. Okay. The price, there's a price difference, of course. And then we have the ornament. So yeah, we could fill this whole tree. We should fill the whole tree with peanut stuff. But my craft show's coming up, so I would just steal it off of there. There you go. You have your 4 different ones. Well, I can go in a little bit closer for you guys. All right. Which way do I want to go? I want to slide this way, slide that way, slide that way, slide that way. Aren't they so cute? Which is your favorite? I think they're all cute. And I think the colors are really cute on them too. I think all of the colors. Okay, so let me tell you colors again. Okay, so black and white, of course, for Snoopy. The red that I used was Tuscan red. You can use country red. You can use any of your reds. Oh, I need to clean that up. My chalk piece was just the black velvet. My colors of my lights. I did the light strand in slate gray. Okay, the base part was done with milk chocolate, but watered down. Okay, and then the lights were canyon orange, but you can use spiced pumpkin, true okra. You can use any of your yellows. My green was Hauser light green, and then Calypso blue. So I think they're so cute. And I need to do something on this shirt. I can't believe I haven't done anything on the shirt. Ornaments. Yeah, I love the ornaments too. I need a whole bunch of them, huh? I need a whole tree. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. I will not be on the weekend, although I have a lot of projects. I won't be on. I'm going to try to videotape something for you for the 2 days that I'll be gone. I'll be here Wednesday morning, and then I'll be heading to the airport right after that. And then Thursday, Friday, I will be on my little trip. So Yes, I'll be going live from there. But I'll try to record something for you. Anyways, guys, if you have questions, you can always send me a message. I am here for you. I don't always get back right away. I do have a full-time job which I need to go log into. But yes, I know I love it too. Thanks, guys. I appreciate you being here. Hope you have a fantastic weekend. Do something fun. Do something good too. I'm going to challenge you guys to find someone to do random acts of kindness. At least one thing. I want to challenge you guys to do that. Call a friend and check on them. Talk to a neighbor you haven't talked to for a while and catch up with them. Help somebody at the grocery store with their cart, taking a cart back. Do something. I want random act of kindness, and I can't wait to hear about it on Monday, okay? All right, if we all do something every single day like that, or every other day, what a wonderful world we would have, right? Random acts of kindness are the best because people aren't expecting them. And, even just reaching something for somebody. I know sometimes people are struggling because they're shorter in stature and they can't reach something at the grocery store. I'm like, here, let me get that for you. I got long arms. I got monkey arms. All right. Have a fantastic weekend. I love you all so much. This is my favorite time of the day with you guys.